So, did you know? Perseverance is the muscle of your faith. Now, what does that have to do with the steps to be prepared? Hey, I'm Teresa Croft. I'm co-founder of the KingdomMessengerNetwork.com. We've been talking about the steps to prepare to be in that fruit-bearing mode as you cling to the vine, as you abide in Jesus and go forth and be propelled to the fullness of what you know God's wired you for in your kingdom business, your ministry, your service, or your product. In this video, I want to talk about the next step, which is really the step that I got to be real with. You got to hang in there. You've got to go through this step. And that is perseverance. We talked about step number 1, praying at all times. Step number 2, reading the word. Step number 3, engaging your faith, your heart, your mind. And so often we get through these first 3 steps and then we come against a wall. We stub our toe against the wall when resistance comes. That's why perseverance is a key. Let me give you the definition of perseverance. Perseverance, as defined in my little app, says to persist in anything, maintain a purpose in spite of difficulty, obstacles, or discouragements. You feeling any of those? Do you have a need for perseverance? I'm going to get real with you and share some things that have taught me the value of perseverance. When I was younger, I used to be a professional golfer, and even though it may look like a glamorous life on the outside, it involved grueling hours of practice, of sweat, of driving from stop to stop. You had to have perseverance. Another thing, in the last 10 years, I've had some struggles, some things that have happened to my precious little family that came close to just undoing us. For one, in 2008, while we were in Louisiana, we came home to a house that was set on fire. It was the very house my husband spent hours. It was the house he built. That was pretty brutal. Then, as we went through the effects of that, living in a motel for months, and then finally getting a place to rent. In 2009, my husband was building a bank, just pretty much around the same time into the next year. The bank ended up stiffing him for over $200,000. Now, if that wasn't bad enough, in that same year, the insurance company decided that we were at fault for our house being burned. So there goes almost $1 million in a claim. I say all this not to go, oh, woe is me, but to say that if I didn't have that solid foundation, that I didn't know what it was like to dig in. You know, the testing of your faith produces perseverance, it says in James. My family has had to learn to persevere. In the last few years, we've made the decision to go full on with our messenger ministry of ministering to those who minister without Dave's normal construction paycheck. Many times, poverty, the spirit of poverty knocks on my front door. What do? I've got to persevere, go back into the word, and dig deep. I say all this to say this to you. You are meant to go forward. God wired you for that service, that business, that product. He wired you to excel. You have a warrior spirit inside of you that must rise up as you take these steps to go forward, to go to that fulfillment, and you must persevere. You know, it says in Romans chapter 5, one of my favorite little sections, it talks about that this will produce this, but it says perseverance will result in character. Character will result in hope. That's the hope inside of you that God put in there. So, if I'm catching you at a time when it's really rough, it's dry, you feel like you're coming up against that wall, don't look at it as a stubbing your toe or blocking you. Look at it as an exercise. And walk and exercise your faith muscles. Faith comes by hearing, and hearing the Word of God. If you enjoyed what you heard here and you want to know more about the steps to prepare, we're offering a free webinar. We'd like to see you take advantage of that. We're also offering a chance for you to be fit for the assignment with your health, with your finances. Check the link below. You'll find out all of that in this free webinar. Because when it's all said and done, you're meant to pass the test because Jesus is inside of you.